Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel for some more Star Wars Battlefront 2 news. We have a lot of ground to cover today with some exciting updates about General Grievous, as well as several small pieces of information to keep you all up to date. Before we get into the Grievous news, I wanted to let you all know that the updated roadmap has been delayed. We were originally supposed to get the roadmap yesterday morning, and after the initial delay it was supposed to be released today instead, but now it looks like we'll have to wait until Monday. I'm not sure what else another updated version of the roadmap could contain. I would assume we'll finally be getting specific release dates for Grievous and Obi-Wan and maybe even Anakin and Dooku, but I wouldn't expect more Clone Wars content to be added just yet, but who knows, maybe they'll surprise us. I'm still holding out hope the DICE will replace the Wookiees with a new enforcer on Geonosis, although the closer we get to release, the less likely that becomes. Speaking of delays and cancellations, the Double XP weekend that was supposed to be going on this weekend was cancelled, and we'll be getting Double XP sometime in October instead. I'm not entirely sure why they decided to cancel the Double XP weekend for September, as they said there would be one per month every month, but maybe they have something special planned for October to snuff that one out. Ben also did confirm that a General Grievous trailer is being worked on, as well as some other promotional material for the Clone Wars content. It's getting to the point where we kind of have to see something really soon, as Grievous is dropping in just a few weeks and Obi-Wan only a month after that, so I would guess we'll get a teaser image this upcoming week, and maybe a trailer the week after that. I'm really curious to see if DICE actually plans on dropping a trailer that covers both Obi-Wan and Grievous at the same time, or if they'll do a trailer for Grievous in October, and we'll have to wait until November to see anything from Obi-Wan. I would definitely think the Grievous trailer will feature him on Geonosis, unless they plan on using one of the maps already in the game, so I think we'll be getting our first look at the new map at the same time as the new hero. Alright, let's move into the real Grievous updates. As we covered earlier this week, the most recent update to Battlefront 2 added a ton of new Grievous assets to the files of the game, and while the majority of it was found right away on Tuesday, a Battlefront fan by the name of Galaxy Man 2015 found even more information and animations, including details on all three of his abilities. If you remember, way back when the game launched, Grievous already had his abilities in the files of the game, but the newest update has replaced those entirely with completely new ones. According to the files back in November, he had three abilities that were going to be a stun slam, a lightsaber spin, and a third ability called the buzzsaw, and all three of those have since been replaced. That's definitely not surprising, as Phasma's files back at launch said she was going to have a grenade launcher, and her turret was actually going to be what healed her, sort of like the medical droid from Battlefront 2015. Anyway, Grievous's three new abilities, which are almost certainly what he'll be equipped with when he releases in a few weeks, are the Claw Rush, the Thrust Surge, and Unrelenting Attack. The Claw Rush had full animations in the files which were applied to Rey's model, and while it looks like something out of a horror movie, it's pretty easy to see that this ability will have Grievous crawling just like he does in Revenge of the Sith, more than likely as some sort of move like Rey's Dash Strike or Han's Shoulder Charge, damaging anyone who gets in the way. Hopefully this ability speeds Grievous up and can be used as an escape, and I'm really hoping it's similar to Luke's Saber Rush from the first game in terms of how far you are propelled forward when you use it. I'm also thinking it could possibly be just an alternate mode for Grievous to move, so possibly the Claw Rush ability will change Grievous from standing upright to crawling, so you can freely toggle between the two. So if you're standing, you move at a normal pace and you can attack and block with your lightsabers, but when in the crawling mode you'll be very fast, but completely unable to attack and vulnerable. Either way would be really cool, but I think the second option would be really unique and is what I'm personally hoping to see. The next ability, Thrust Surge, there are no details on, and honestly, I have absolutely no idea what this one could be. If I were to take a guess based on the name alone, I would say this could possibly be something like the Heavy Attack from Battlefront 2015 that will have a lock-on dealing increased damage. So, say you press R1 for the Thrust Surge, Grievous will lock onto the nearest enemy with his lightsaber, going through a longer animation, but dealing higher damage, more than likely killing infantry in one shot. That is my best guess, but we'll have to hold out and see what it looks like in the first trailer. Finally, we have Unrelenting Attack, which is confirmed to be an ability where Grievous moves forward with a saber spin, more than likely just like Episode 3. I'm also guessing that while this ability is active, Grievous will have a damage reduction or possibly extra health, and I'm really curious how this ability will work, as I wonder if Grievous will even be able to block normally or only with the ability. If he can't block normally and this is his only way of blocking blaster fire, then this ability will be a bit of a crutch. If he can block lightsabers and blasters all the time, then what will the purpose of this ability be? I'm assuming it will slow him down like Han's sharpshooter ability, and if it does that, it seems like it would make Grievous very vulnerable. I do think if Grievous isn't able to block normally, people will throw an absolute fit, so I hope he can just block like a regular saber user. I just know how useless Phasma's staff is to this day, so I hope DICE didn't make another ability with an awkwardly long animation that is rarely worth using. I'm probably getting ahead of myself as we don't have any other details, but that's definitely something I'll be looking out for. I just hope that Grievous and Obi-Wan are well balanced when they finally arrive. We have been waiting a very long time, and I don't want another Finn and Phasma situation. Finn is in a pretty good place now, and Phasma is a great hero in the right situation, but when they were first added to Battlefront 2, Finn was ridiculously OP, and Phasma was absolute garbage, not to mention her staffs were even more broken than they are now. Hopefully DICE fully playtest the two new heroes, because I don't want to get my hands on Grievous after waiting almost a year, only to have to wait another 3 months for DICE to fully fix him. There are also a few other bits of news those of you who regularly play the game are going to want to hear about. First off, there will be another update to the game next week in the form of a hotfix. We don't know a lot about it. The only thing we know for sure is it will be fixing the problem Xbox players have been having connecting to the game. Apparently, a huge portion of the Xbox player base can't even connect to the servers, which is obviously a bit of a problem. I suspect this hotfix will mostly be focused on fixing the dozens of bugs with the new squad system, as I have been having a glitch-filled experience with the system all week. I was playing Strike, and after spawning in, the selection screen for the classes just would not go away, and I ended up having to quit the game. And also in Strike, I couldn't even spawn in at all multiple times due to the squad system. The spawn timer would just stay at 10 indefinitely, and I couldn't select any of my squad mates, so I just had to quit the match. Hopefully they also change the issue that has been allowing teams to spawn in way more heroes and vehicles than should be allowed in Galactic Assault. I have seen teams with 5 heroes on phase 1, and was even in a match on Takadana with 5 ATSTs running around at the same time. Luckily, most people don't know how the glitch works quite yet, so it isn't a consistent problem, but once people catch on to the process, Galactic Assault will be ruined, so hopefully DICE fixes it before it gets out of hand. Ben also said the health stacking issue is something DICE is working on, and they may even include a fix in the hotfix next week. If you don't know what I'm talking about, a lot of the community has been very vocal about how overpowered the combination of Finn, Yoda, and the officer class can be. For example, if you combine the Wookiee Warrior's ability with Finn, Yoda, and the officer, a Wookiee Warrior can easily be running around with more than 1000 HP, even more than Darth Vader himself. If you're facing against an entire team all buffed just like that, there is pretty much nothing that can be done, and it's something I've been noticing more and more recently as people catch on. I'm really hoping DICE can pull through and get this fixed this week, as I don't think I can deal with another month of that. It has really ruined some Galactic Assault lobbies entirely, and made me just want to turn the game off for the week. Ben also did confirm that DICE is planning a few special weekend events for October. A couple of weeks ago, they held the event where all vehicles cost virtually nothing in Galactic Assault, and it looks like we'll be getting at least 2 more of those this October. Personally, I'm hoping they are able to give us a Galactic Assault with no hero limit, so we can just have 16 heroes running around all at the same time for one weekend. It would be chaotic and extremely fun for a short amount of time, and it's definitely on the top of my priority list for events I'd like to see. I think there is a lot of potential for future events, and I really hope they don't just let that fizzle out, because it is a great idea and did kind of come out of nowhere. The vehicle event wasn't really one that appealed to the majority of people, but if they put out a mode that lets the players that aren't too great at the game actually get their hands on a hero, I think way more people would jump online to check it out, as playing as heroes isn't something everyone gets to do very often. The Jet Trooper also received a bit of a stealth buff that wasn't in the patch notes for whatever reason, and I just wanted to throw out a little PSA. The rocket launcher for the Jet Trooper is now completely free moving, so your movement is no longer slowed when you have it out, and I have to say, just that small change has made the Jet Trooper so much more viable. Before, the rocket launcher was pretty much a death wish, as you couldn't move, and it didn't deal enough damage to be worth the hassle and worth the risk. Now you can quickly whip it out, get a quick kill, and move on. I think if they gave the splash damage a little buff, the Jet Trooper would see a lot more use from the average player, because right now it's really not worth the battle points in Galactic Assault. As of the moment, it's probably my least used unit in the entire game, and I actually only just got a full set of purple star cards for the class like this morning or yesterday afternoon. Well guys, that is going to do it for today's video. Be sure to let me know in the comment section down below what you thought of that Grievous animation, as I am pretty sure I'm permanently scarred after seeing that. If you enjoyed the video, please be sure to drop it a like, and if you are new around here, absolutely make sure you subscribe to the channel, as we would be honored if you would join us, and we are almost to the big 100,000 subscribers, which I am so excited for. Only 5K more to go. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye. I'm jumping in my ride, I'm heading out tonight. I'm solo, I'm running solo.